everybody. This is Natalie from Light of Ascension Tarot. I have a special reading for you guys today. Today is a Jaguar medicine reading, and the Jaguar is an apex predator, and we're going to talk a little bit about what that represents spiritually and what it could represent in our lives, and giving us the strength to confront our enemies and obliterate barriers in our lives, okay? And in the US today is Thanksgiving. A lot of people don't celebrate this holiday because it's really like a colonizer type of a holiday, but we can still give thanks. And I think today is a great day to be grateful for the spiritual strength within our souls, okay? And anybody who watches this channel or comes across this reading, I already know and I can already feel that you are a strong soul. And so today is a very good day to remember that. And so let me go through the piles first, and if you don't want to hear about the Jaguar, you can skip directly to the description box below and you can click on your pile. But for those of you that would like to hear about what the Jaguar represents for us today, you can stick along with me for the intro here. So pile number 1 is the Copper Pyramid. If you're into the Copper Pyramid, you'll choose pile number 1. If you're into pile number 2, you will choose the Black Obsidian Pyramid. And if you're into pile number 3, you will choose the Bloodstone Pyramid. Okay, so we've got 3 pyramids here: Copper, Black Obsidian, Bloodstone. Okay, so pick whatever is drawing you in today. I have a bunch of oracles ready. As I was getting ready for this reading, I was listening to sounds of a Jaguar like in the background, like growling, and and it was really got me in the mood to do your guys' reading. This is a very protective totem with some very potent medicine for us today. So Jaguar helps us discover our hidden strengths, embrace change without fear, and react to life with a sense of power and intensity over our destiny. It helps us face our fears, confront enemies, especially hidden enemies, and barriers, okay? Obliterate barriers. Deceit has no place to hide when it comes to Jaguar energy. Shamans typically see its skin to represent the starry sky. And a lot of people say that the world will end when a Jaguar consumes the moon and the sun. The name Jaguar refers to the meaning he who kills with one blow. Now that can be she who kills with one blow, because there obviously are female Jaguars too. Jaguar energy is honest, frank, and authentic, but there is no softening of the message. Their messages are very, very straightforward. Jaguar medicine takes the third eye to a whole new level of consciousness, allows us to embrace change, be patient. Jaguars are strong-willed, confident, dignified, and sexy, okay? Rudeness doesn't bode well with a Jaguar personality. Jaguars have excellent night vision. They are agile, beautiful. They represent agility, beauty, bravery, independence, knowledge, magic, patience, self-confidence, speed, and strength. They have a very, very strong jaw, and they can kill with one bite. Jaguar energy oftentimes can represent words that cut and tear others apart. Jaguars are excellent swimmers and like actually being by the water, which is way different than most other big cats. They do like being or cats in general, they do like being in the water. Jaguars can take down prey 3 times their weight. They bite into the back of the skull rather than going for the throat like a lot of other big cats do. They go for the back of the head and the skull, and they can take prey 3 times their weight down. This is an interesting one. Jaguars, when breeding, mate up to 100 times per day. That is what I'm talking about today. Bringing sexy back, okay? Jaguars are patient loners and top-level apex predators. They can see 6 times better at night than humans. They're also very like well muscled and physically strong too, which talks about fortifying the physical body and feeling very protected and proud in your own energy. Okay, so that is what I made a little note card or little notes here to read off of, and now I am done with that. So we can go ahead and get into the readings. I hope everyone found that explanation powerful, because I have been feeling the Jaguar's energy super close to me and wanted to share that with you all. So let's go ahead and get into the reading. Okay, let's do it. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the Copper Pyramid, and today's reading is called Jaguar Medicine, Confront Enemies and Obliterate Barriers and Obstacles. Okay, and I did an intro where I talked about Jaguar totem, animal totem, and working with Jaguar medicine and what it means. And of course, the Jaguar is an apex predator. They can kill with one bite. Their name means one who kills with one blow, okay? And so Jaguars are very patient, and they are not afraid to confront situations that need to be confronted, and they'll do it in the right time, okay? So let's go ahead, my beautiful pile number 1s. Spirits, angels, and guides, please help connect me with the beautiful energy of my wonderful pile number 1s here today. And please let me connect with the Jaguar spirit here today as well, in order to bring the medicine that my beautiful pile number 1s are seeking. Thank you. All right, pile number 1, let's do it. Spirit just told me 4-leaf clover, pile number 1. So today is your lucky day, my beauties. Oh my God, and as soon as I said that, here is the miracles card. Miracles. All right, pile number 1, miracles happen every day. This is something that will help make you strong, and to believing this and understanding this. And I can see the light at her solar plexus, which is that personal power. Pile number 1, you hold ancient wisdom inside you, which can help light the way for others, okay? And remain in your integrity and in your truth, even if you see behavior around you that is, less than becoming, okay? Just be with the ancient wisdom within yourself, okay? We're gonna get more into it. We have intensity. I love it. Pile number 1. So Jaguar energy here, and Jaguars are very, very intense. And I actually wrote power and intensity, okay? So there is something that is fueling you right now that can help push you forward and propel you. It's the energy of an arrow, okay? And it's vibrant, it's bold. And don't worry if the people around you don't seem to have the same vision, don't seem to understand what you're thinking or saying, or how you feel or how you see things, because there is an intensity behind you right now that's like ready to burst through, okay? Yeah, here we have the 5 of Pentacles and the Outsider. Again, pile number 1, feeling like everyone else is, at a party that you just weren't invited to. Everyone else is, having fun and you're locked out of paradise, but it's not true, pile number 1. Your energy is very, very pure. And even as a child, maybe some of you felt alone or abandoned or unseen or not cared for. And the Jaguar spirit here is telling you, like, don't waste time trying to unlock doors and open energy that, doesn't really want to be, that is actually like brutally suffering in its own, energy, okay? Or is actually, I hate to say this word but I can't help but notice what's on the edge here. Okay, even like demonic, okay? And I'm not trying to be scary, pile number 1, but especially as a child, if you were around some dark forces, or you were around, or you would go sometimes into areas where you weren't supposed to go, okay? and you got in trouble for it, maybe as well, pile number one. Or maybe you were meant to feel like an outsider because the things that you were interested in, like the lower energies around you, wouldn't let you explore, okay? But that's all changed now, pile number one. That is all changing. You're turning away from that and you're moving towards your own intensity and wisdom. We have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. Okay, so the Jaguar spirit is here to help you. If there was anyone in your life, pile number one, that told you you can't do it, you're not good enough, you're not going to have what you want or what you need, you don't know what, Spirit is saying here, absolutely, these people absolutely had no idea what they were saying. They were talking to a butterfly. They were talking to a person that has the, a person that has the strength and energy to change and make miracles happen for themselves. And sometimes because other people can't figure things out, they want to bring down the people around them too, right? Which is just, Spirit is saying, have faith in your dreams and have faith in the miracles that are here for you. Number zero, very powerful number, pile number one, which resonates with the energy of the Fool. There is no beginning and no end. All is infinite. It is time to develop your spiritual side. You are gaining new sight and understanding of both godly and earthly things. I am limitless. Okay, and that may make people uncomfortable at times, but you know what? That's not, and that's not up to you. You don't have to worry about that, okay? You're on your own trajectory. You're on your own path at this point. We have blue, Madonna, and mothering. Okay, maybe some of you had some very intense experiences around your mother or feeling abandoned or just not feeling like you can't take care of yourselves the way that you would want to, okay? But I see now, pile number one, you're putting a lot of power and an intensity into loving yourself, exploring your potentials and your possibilities. Also, I just want to say, like, the female Jaguar energy, I feel like is really here protecting you and holding you as you're going through this portal of intensity in your life right now, pile number one, okay? It's really holding you in a place of protection as well, which is a huge energy of the Jaguar spirit. Is this me? Oh my God, pile number one. Interesting. So if you're not looking at the screen right now, take a look at this camera. Is this me? And look at all of the destruction. Look at all of the mayhem behind you. But guess what, pile number one? It's behind you and you're a conqueror. And you're very, very strong, okay? But it's like feeling like an outsider, feeling like, maybe feeling like you don't belong and feeling like, is this really where I come from? For some of you, this may have to do with your family as well, like your family of origin, just feeling like it is, a pit of vipers, or that you were just born into the pits of hell, pile number one. And that's really intense for me to say, but, you've grown up now. Like when you were a child, you might've felt like certain things were kept from you, and now these days you're on the forefront of things and you're really pushing the envelope. And I think what you need to know is this really is you. You are a really strong fighter. You do obliterate any obstacles that come into your path. There is nothing that can stay hidden from you. Okay, pile number one? Even if in the past you were made to feel like you weren't worthy or you weren't enough, you are a really fierce, a really, really fierce, I feel Lilith energy, Kali energy, like that type of energy. You are very fierce. We have the mountain. Okay. Well, the mountains can be very protective too, and a place where we can clear our heads and just be with nature. Can also be a place where we can just be alone. Jaguars are, like I said, they are patient loners. Yep, that's what I said in my intro. Okay. I I'm getting names that end, I'm seeing like the name Stacy. I'm seeing names that end in Y, like the name Stacy. I'm seeing the initials KC here. I'm also seeing Kitty. All right. So some of you may have had a kitty anyway back in the day. And I'm using this Wild Unknown Archetypes book, guidebook here. So I will read a little bit from the guidebook. We have the shadow. Yeah. I mean, even if you're confronting the shadow within yourself right now, pile number one, and it can make us feel like with the 0 number here, like there's really nothing left. But that's what happens. Like when we are completely stripped of everything, that's when the wisdom comes through. Okay, my loves? We have be assertive. Yes, as I was saying, this is really you. You really are tough. You really are serious. You really are protected. And yeah, and here is, she's holding a mask, and like she was pretending to be less assertive than she actually was, maybe being placating to others, or not being like your shadow side. I feel like pile number one is very assertive, okay? And that's beautiful. Like the shadow is beautiful in a lot of ways too, pile number one. Spirit is saying if you've been like hiding behind something or not wanting to show your true self, you can be very assertive. All right, pile number one. And that's kind of going to be your key, confronting any shadow energies, being assertive about it as well. We have solar eclipse and revolution. Well, interestingly, in about a week, we have a solar eclipse coming up. So there may be something coming up around December 4th or 5th where you really do need to be assertive and stand your ground. And yeah, seeing yourself as a fierce warrior. I think, a lot of times, like imagining ourselves like conquering that mountain, reaching the top, imagining ourselves like, sometimes we want to lay waste to things, imagine yourself like, I can handle anything. This is me. I can do that. I can be assertive, okay? Archangel Michael, all right, pile number one, coming through strong for you. Release what no longer serves you, Archangel Michael. And for some of you guys, it may be a feeling of being alone or being on your own or not being able to rely on the support of others, okay? And Archangel Michael coming through strong saying, release what no longer serves you, including any ideas about like, I'm not strong enough or I'm not capable enough because you are. Realization. All right, pile number one. Like I said, we have that solar eclipse coming up here during the new moon in Sagittarius in a week or so. And I feel some of you are going to be receiving a big realization then. The frequency of realization supports the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming our highest expression in this world. What is your heart-centered truth? Pile number one. And there is a revolution that is going on within you right now where you're asking to pull out more of your shadow, I feel, actually, in order to embrace the miracles that are happening around you. Okay, and it is time to develop your spiritual side. You're gaining new sight and understanding of both godly and earthly things. Yeah, so you're gaining a new understanding of yourself is also what I feel too. Pile number one. Now I'm going to read this mountain. I want to read the mountain card here from this book. And this is a really interesting book. Kim Krause did this book, and I very rarely use this deck, but this time it felt like an appropriate thing to do for this reading because it's like very nature oriented. Let's go ahead and see what it says about the mountain. The ascent, the peak, and the insurmountable. Have faith in your dreams. This mountain stands eternally in our awareness, calling us toward its peak. It stirs up a stoic and regal feeling, reminding us of the long line of spirits, sages, and gods that made their humble thrones with its snowy peaks Beware, though, as the mountain can affect us in two ways. It can inspire and enliven us to rise to new heights and peak experiences, yet it can also create isolation, competitiveness, and an inflated sense of self. Standing upon its heights can activate the purest and the perfectionist in us, creating separation from those we deem below. Now, I don't feel this is something you are doing, pile number one. I feel like people separate and isolate themselves from you, maybe because they're threatened of you, or maybe because or maybe you've made you feel very alone at times, okay? Standing upon its height can activate the purist and the perfectionist, creating separation. No matter how high you ascend, remember that it is within the care of the mountain that the gems, minerals, and jewels reside. If you think it's all about going up, you're following the fool's path and missing on the miner's magic. Yeah, so, you know, the fool's path is right here with this 0, okay? I am limitless. All right. And you are, pile number one. And maybe you were told, like when you were younger, you can't do that, or your dreams, you know, you'll never be able to accomplish that. Okay. But you are very capable, pile number one. Okay. And when the mountain is light, it's grounded in the eternal, steadfast, and uplifting. When dark, the mountain is ominous, daunting, isolating, and frigid. Okay. Let's see. It's really good. Contemplate Joseph Campbell's suggestion. You are the central mountain, and the central mountain is everywhere. I love that. You are the central mountain, and the mountain is everywhere. Let me read you guys the shadow one too. I love this book because she has so many things in it that I feel are, and I feel like for you guys, a lot of this may have to do with family, like I said, okay? We have the shadow. I mean, of course, we have to, you know, be careful that we're not holding ourselves from people separate just because we were really hurt in the past or made to feel like we didn't belong. But now's the time, I feel like, for you guys to really believe in yourself, okay? It says here, okay, the unspeakable, the unwelcome, and the denied is the shadow, okay? In the shadow of the gods are the very gods themselves. Reflect on this statement by James Hillman in A Blue Fire. What do you despise about yourself? By answering, you move towards your shadow. Yeah, shadow gets talked about all the time, but it's like, what is it exactly? What do we feel that we despise about ourselves? Okay, and contemplate the following scientific observation about an object. A person, place, or community is to the light. The closer a person, place, or community is to the light, the longer shadow it casts. Yeah, for those of us that are very aligned in the energy of the light and spirituality and all of that, the shadow can run really deep with us. And that is the honest truth. It's nothing to be afraid of. Our shadow helps us to understand like where, you know, it helps us to get to know ourselves on a deeper level, which in turns makes us better spiritualists for sure. And yeah, so Jaguar energy is also very like upfront and honest about the shadow, isn't running from it, isn't dodging it, isn't hiding it. All right. And although every card in the archetypes decks has a shadow potential, this card asks us to delve into the qualities of shadow itself. We often think that the shadow can be purified, illuminated, and made right through effort and achievement. However, it is typically the case that our lofty pursuit of ascension and perfection is the very source of shadow material itself, right? By rejecting parts of ourselves and the world, we begin to separate from the whole. Rather than getting to know the qualities and contents of our shadow, we busy ourselves with avoiding its presence. This is denial. When this card appears, it is time to take an inventory of those things you've been denying. When the mind responds with no, anything but that, you are touching the shadow. Find support for this deep inner work and move toward the shadow with patience and compassion. Okay. And, you know, no thanks, anything but that, right? Pile number one, whenever we have that reaction, we're probably somehow dealing in shadow territory, okay? Maybe some of you are going to have a big realization around a shadow for you, okay? Maybe there's some dichotomy here between being assertive and, you know, also like really helping people and protecting them, or for yourself, feeling really protected versus being assertive. And also maybe some shadow energy around your intensity, right? And pile number one, you may actually you may actually disapprove of other people and what they say and what they do. Jaguar medicine doesn't really hold back. Jaguar medicine says what it thinks and feels, and it doesn't really mince words, okay? So some of you guys may be coming into more of this energy, okay? So let's go ahead and see for my pile number one, how is Jaguar helping pile number one to confront enemies? Helping pile number one to confront enemies. I mean, definitely working with your shadow will help you identify who your enemies are for sure. I saw the King of Swords on the bottom of the deck, and there it is again, okay? Yeah, so the King of Swords to me, like, doesn't mince words, doesn't take kindly to, you know, people who are talking when they shouldn't be talking, and doesn't have a problem telling people like, hey, I'm not your scapegoat. I'm not your whipping boy. And I know what's going on here, okay? The King of Swords is also like very sharp energy too. Very angular and sharp energy. And yeah, so for you guys, literally, there's a lot of air sign energy here, okay? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but there may be somebody that constantly, when it talks about confronting enemies, there may be somebody that comes at you all the time in a very erratic, disruptive manner, pile number one, okay? Or there might have been people in your life that did that in the past. Jaguar energy is giving you the ability not to react to that, I feel like, and to be assertive and say, yeah, I'm not, there's a lot of swords here, okay? And there's Archangel Michael, which is also sword type of energy. I feel Jaguar spirit is helping you to say what needs to be said when dealing with a person who's flaky, flighty, aggressive with you, okay? And you're gonna rise above that, pile number one. Let's see, how is Jaguar helping to confront enemies? Ooh, damn, pile number one. Wow, 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 justice. I mean, could we have, if the Queen of Swords comes out, I am done, okay? You guys are having major realizations right now, and possibly during this eclipse period from November 19th to like December 5th here, about, you know, situations in your life that have become very disruptive on maybe even on your mental health for some of you. And with justice here, I feel like you guys are taking a good hard look at a situation or something in your life. Then you're just like, this energy is not balanced. This person is erratic. They are, you know, they don't know what they're doing. They're extremely erratic. They're not coming from a centered place within themselves. And this energy is extremely unbalanced, and I am just not here for it, okay? And I'm not here to be treated like that, and I'm not here to, you know, and I feel like you guys are saying, yeah, I got the karmic lesson already, okay? And the Jaguar spirit is here to say, you have everything that you need. You have all the information that you need to make a decision about someone or something in your life, whether it's work, relationship, whatever. You have, you know, and if you don't, it's going to be revealed to you by December 5th, right? And you have enough information now to make a really smart decision and just call it either way, you know, pile number one. And you have a very strong mind, and you're very principled about the way you think of things, and you don't appreciate people coming at you with this very erratic, you know, kind of like just one day feeling this way, the next day feeling another way. You're tired of it, I feel like, pile number one, and you are definitely done with it. Some of you are like, yeah, and this whole Archangel Michael energy, release what no longer serves you. And big realizations, Jaguar here helping you to have some big realizations about where energy has become unbalanced and is not really producing fruit anymore. It's become very, you know, not fruitful. All right, let's see how to obliterate barriers. Okay, Knight of Cups, lots of court cards talking about obliterating barriers. All right, let's see what else comes out here. Ace of Swords. Yeah, there's so much swords. Archangel Michael, Ace of Swords everywhere. Okay, so there is some deep emotional release right now. Some restart that is happening for you. Pile number one, that feels like a blast of, just a blast of energy and a blast of, whoa, like the light coming on, the light turning on, okay? And a big realization, and there may be somebody in your life, it could be a water sign or a Scorpio, there may be somebody in your life too that says something to you that just wakes you up, okay? And it puts you in a different headspace. That happened to me a couple years ago. It was my hairstylist, actually. I went to go see her, and I was in a bad situation in a relationship that I really needed to get out of. And she just said to me, like, and she'd seen me for years, I'd been seeing her for years. And she said to me, Natalie, you just don't seem like yourself. And that information hit me. It immediately took me to the point of realization. Okay. And, the emotions are gonna move, they're gonna flow, and Jaguar energy helping you to say what you need to say in a very authentic way regarding, what you feel, okay? So how to obliterate barriers for pile number one, please. We have the Queen of Wands, okay. Wow, so something someone tells you, I feel pile number ones, becomes a very strong sense of empowerment for you and makes you feel like, I don't need this anymore. I have the truth now. I can move on, all right? And, the Queen of Wands, you're just coming through extremely strong, pile number one. Yep, just as I said that, the Strength card is on the bottom of the deck, which reminds me of the Jaguar spirit because it's that big cat energy. And I was talking about maintaining and upholding our spiritual strength, okay? And this may have to do around a relationship, a friendship, pile number one, that you feel very mixed up about, very hurt about, that you've been very worried about, all right? But Spirit is saying, like, you're getting the realization that you need. And some of you, I feel like, are saying, with this mountain energy, I'd rather be alone, release what no longer serves me, and still continue to have faith in my dreams and be assertive about my life path rather than deal with this kind of thing is very unfair to you, pile number one, okay? So I feel like the way that you're obliterating obstacles with Jaguar energy is, admitting the emotional truth to yourself about a situation that just wasn't good enough for you, okay? And this is a big realization for you, my love. So thank you so much, pile number one. I truly enjoyed your energy. I loved reading for you. And I hope that you found that reading, invigorating for you and provided you with some good truths. Okay, pile number one, and I hope to see you again real soon, my lovelies. Do leave me a comment, like, share, subscribe if you feel inclined. Thank you so much and take care. All right, let's move on to pile number two. Pile number two, okay. Let's do it. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the Black Obsidian Pyramid, and today's reading is called Jaguar Medicine, Confront Enemies and Obliterate Barriers. Okay, so we're getting fancy in this reading, pile number two, and we are really gonna put those enemies on notice and obliterate any barriers to our happiness today. And for those of you that are like, what's Jaguar Medicine? Go ahead and listen to my intro because I go over it in detail. But just quickly, the word Jaguar means one who kills with one blow. Jaguar is an apex predator, okay, and has no problem speaking the truth. So let's go ahead, pile number two, and get into it. Spirits, angels, and guides for my gorgeous, beautiful pile number twos, please connect me with their energy, the questions, and observations and any heaviness that may be in their heart right now. Please bring this energy front and center, Spirit, so that we can address it right now. Please watch over us. Bring in the Jaguar Spirit to guide us towards confronting enemies and obliterating barriers. Thank you so much, Spirit. Okay, let's do it. Pile number 2. Let's do it, my darlings. Let's see. How is Jaguar medicine helping you? Ooh, tenderness, true love, and compassion. So I mentioned in my little prayer for you guys, if you've been feeling heavy, or you've been feeling lonely, or you've just been feeling like less happy than you normally have been, or just even feeling like a little bit separate from nature, or separate from your own nature, like your own inner tenderness and happiness, okay? True love and compassion, pile number 2, is what the Jaguar Spirit is bringing you. I also see a giraffe here too. And it looks like she's kissing the giraffe on the nose, right? And yeah, some of you guys may like giraffes or horses, or getting that kind of horse's energy here too. And the number 9 is here for those of you who are life path number 9. Also to me, Sagittarius is the 9th sign, so we could have Sagittarius energy here too. But yeah, tenderness, the Jaguar Spirit. And you wouldn't think the Jaguar Spirit would be bringing through tenderness, but think of like how Jaguars are with their like little cubs, you know. Let's see what else we have here. Consciousness. All right. One thing I mentioned in my intro is that Jaguar medicine like levels up the third eye to an insane new level, to an amazing new level. Okay. And a lot of times Jaguars, you can see them just kind of chilling, and they're out during the day and at night because they really have no, predator. They're an apex predator. The only thing that hunts them is humans. And most of the time they're in the jungle. So I don't know what human is going to want to go step into the jungle, right? Because welcome to the jungle, right? Pile number 2. But that energy of consciousness and just sitting there and relaxing too, because Jaguars, they don't have to waste a lot of energy with enemies, because if they run into one, they can just kill it with one blow, So they'd almost rather spend their time relaxing, all right? Which is very cool, pile number 2. We have the Rebel. Okay, yeah. So pile number 2, you're definitely different than people, and you break the mold. And here he is carrying the torch, or here she is carrying the torch, okay? And I like the strength in your body as well, pile number 2. Some of you may feel like, well, I'm not that strong, but you really are, pile number 2. And your body is actually is stronger maybe even that you give credit for it, okay? And I feel like you guys bust through everyone's expectations, right? And your consciousness is operating at a higher level than a lot of people. And that allows you, even though you're a warrior and a fighter, pile number 2, that allows you to be very tender and very loving. We have, carrying the torch, and the Rebel. Actually, it's interesting because the Rebel in this deck is the Emperor Aries, okay? And, and you guys just got an Aries card right here. So that's very interesting. And the Emperor too is about like taking up space and, not really putting yourself under anyone else's limitations, right? And being your own authority, right? So talking about Jaguars giving us the ability to confront what needs to be confronted. And so it says here, a full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches, okay? So that energy that'll wake you up quick, right? Pile number 2, a fiery climax. So some of you guys may be just understanding, I don't really want to be looked at that way. That's not who I am. This is the level of consciousness that I want to operate on. I want to focus on tenderness and love. And I'm not gonna like keep staying in the role that everyone has imagined for me, okay? So maybe some of you, a fiery climax here. Let's see what else. We have 333. I am powerful. You're being called upon to use your spiritual gifts as light workers, assisting all of humanity. Live your truths and be a positive light to others. I am powerful. Yeah, you're very powerful through love, pile number 2, is what I feel. And you really do break the mold. And people may find out, though, too, that you have a side to you that and I feel like it's not like, I don't feel directly confrontational with you, pile number 2, but I feel like you just break out of any of the limitations that people have for you, and that becomes really powerful. Leadership, answer the call. All right, I am powerful. Leadership, answer the call. I'm feeling Sagittarius, Pisces, Aries energy here too, but your spirit is saying, pile number 2, you're a highly conscious person, you're a highly conscious soul, and you understand that more is accomplished through tenderness and love, and from the strength and ability to challenge the status quo. And you're a leader, pile number 2, okay? Jaguars are leaders too. They're leaders of the jungle, that's for sure. We have perchance to dream, card 28. So again, I feel like, you know, you guys are like, yeah, in my greatest like dreams, I'm doing XYZ. In my favorite, you know, favorite thoughts about whatever in your life, I am doing this, right? And I feel like Spirit is saying here, like, if you can dream it, you can do it. All right, pile number 2 for you guys. You know, they say I'm a dreamer, right? But it works good for you. There may be people around you in your life before that you felt like were holding you back from what you wanted, and we're not letting you forge your own path like you wanted to, okay? And that could be at work, or that could be in relationships, but I feel like a lot of you are just like, you know what? I feel you guys can be very surprising in the way that you do things. Also, the Emperor energy, along with this leadership card, talks about taking charge of a situation and making things happen and not just having it be a dream, right? So let's see what else we have here. Ooh, we have the animal. I like it. The animal within you. Ooh, I love the blue eye here too, coming through. So this is from the Wild Unknown Archetype Guidebook, and I will take a look at that. And yeah, there is a side to you though. You're very loving and sweet and kind, very highly spiritually evolved, pile number 2, but there's a part of you that breaks the mold. There's a part of you that is like, okay, now we need to make something happen, all right? And we have this animal energy. Nothing is like, no one, and I feel, pile number 2, if you've had people hold you back from your dreams in the past, or you feel like you were being told no on something, these energies are very like pasty, weak, bullshit, you know, like you don't have anything to sacrifice for anyone else. These are energies that are just maybe trying to hold you back because you were better, or because you were rising, okay? Or you were breaking free from a circumstance that they wanted you to stay in, okay? Which is completely like, fuck that, because underneath it, pile number 2, rawr, okay? Like the whole cat thing, rawr. You guys you have a side to you that doesn't give up, is very determined. And there is a fiery climax coming soon here. We have the medallion, interesting. So again, here you see this energy of reaching for something. Here he has the torch, here carrying the torch. Look at this, 2 carryings of the torch here. All right, so you're about ready to do something or reach a point in your life, pile number 2, that you have really wanted to get to for a while. It could be a goal that you're trying to achieve. You've been very patient and loving in this pursuit, and But I feel like you guys are getting to the point where I no longer care what anybody else is trying to tell me or say to me. I'm going to reach for it anyway. I'm going for it anyway. Okay. Pile number 2, you are powerful. We have weight. Okay. So something is, and I feel like the face on her is like, I am so sick of waiting. I am so tired of waiting. I'm so tired of being told no right when I am about ready to seize what it is that I want. Okay? I'm so tired of that fucking energy, and I'm so tired like of feeling like I cannot like answer the call of my soul. I'm ready to reach for what I want, and I feel like you guys are just like, I'm not waiting anymore. Okay. I'm not waiting anymore. We have forgiveness. Wow. You guys got 2 angel cards, which I intended only to deal 1. Okay. And I feel you guys are forgiving souls, especially to those that in the past, you know, wanted to hold you down or wanted you to sacrifice your dreams for them. Okay. And I feel like Neptune energy is here as well, okay? And, or just that you were, I feel there's something here for you guys about forgiving yourselves too, for times that you hesitated or you waited right before you were about ready to push forward or break through a limitation, okay? And Jaguar Spirit is here to tell you, you are a gentle, loving, tender soul, but you're also an animal. You're also an emperor. You're also a leader. You're also about ready to reach for something that you wanted for a really long time, and you are very powerful, okay? So if you feel the calling in your soul and you've been meditating on something for a while and someone tries to tell you to wait, pile number 2, I feel like this is where the Jaguar energy is coming out and doesn't mince words, okay? We have earth element and stability. So some of you guys may think like, you know, if I bring something to a climax, if I confront something head on, maybe I won't be stable anymore. Maybe I won't feel stable in my energy anymore. I'm seeing the number 7. I'm also seeing the letter D here. But I feel like the earth is saying, I feel like what this is saying here, some of you may be earth signs too, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but you know, the good thing about the earth signs, maybe some of you are earth and fire, or you have earth and fire in your chart, right? But I feel like the good thing about the earth signs is they don't give up on things easily. And, you know, once they dig their heels in on something, they are laser focused on it like a damn animal, okay? And yeah, so again, I feel like if you let anyone else like destabilize you in the past, pile number 2, or distract you from what you were trying to do, I feel like Spirit is saying, that you are coming now from a place of stability. You have the tenacity, and there's going to be a moment here coming up soon where you get to really show your stuff, okay? We have Uriel, listen to your intuition. All right, pile number 2. So part of you being a conscious creator and a conscious being and a tender, loving, compassionate soul is that you have a very powerful intuition. And I feel you guys, and maybe there's been times when you just blanket forgave people for certain things that happened or let people come back around, etc., etc. But I feel like this energy now, you guys are like, I don't know about this anymore. I want to carry my life path forward, right? So Archangel Uriel is saying, listen to your intuition. I also feel the energy of the buffalo for those of you that resonate with buffalo, like not giving up, keep going. And we have alchemy, number 8. The frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemist to perform miracles of transmutation. All right, so something about fire and earth and alchemy, really interesting to work with here as you are going forward, right? And I feel you guys are becoming like more fiery, more determined, maybe becoming more yang and less yin. You already have a lot of yin within you. Even if you're a man watching this, you already have a lot of yin within you already, okay? Maybe you paused or you waited for things, right, in the past. But the thing that Spirit is saying here is, as you are balancing out your yin and yang energy in this alchemy, don't forget your intuition, right? Always listen to your intuition about things, pile number 2, as you know, but there is a time to step it up and hold your ground, okay? And I feel like that time is now or coming up soon here, okay? And you're gonna be taking like the yin, softer principles and your intuition and your tenderness and compassion and mixing that with this very like digging my heels in, I'm going for this, nothing can stop me now, I am breaking free from limitations, okay? I am powerful. So let's go ahead. I want to read this animal here from the deck. I'm going to read a little bit. It's a pretty short little read, and then we'll get into your tarot, okay? And I like this for you. Let's go ahead. It always takes a little bit to find what, okay, 99 is the animal, 99. Let's see, number 99. The beast, the wild one, the she-wolf. Okay, pile number 2, you're a she-wolf or a he-wolf. It says, the animal demands we get comfortable in our own skin. The minute you accept, express, and celebrate the physical body, you tap into animal energy. Yep, I mentioned about the physical body. Notice your resistance to the animal within. Where does it come from? What has kept you from doing, wild one? What has kept you from doing? Bullshit, asshole people, probably, pile number 2. But guess what? Not anymore. And I know you can forgive, but you know, listen to your intuition about a person too, all right? So we are mammals. The hair on our chest and between our legs remind us so. We try hard to deny our unrefined animalistic nature, yet through this archetype, we tap into power. Yes, I am powerful, and direction. Activating the animal within means reawakening our relationship to nature in the most broad and embodied sense. Drinking from the waterfalls, roaring at the moon, opening eyes underwater, eating berries from the vine. The life force of our planet begs us to set down the devices, the constraints, and the social constructs, and remember the warm blood that pulses through our veins. The animal longs for breath, food, procreation, and physicality. It wants soil under our nails and starlight on our skin. If this all sounds terribly unsophisticated to you, take note that it is said that when Buddha became enlightened, he roared like a great lion. Oh my God, I have chills. Pile number 2, he roared like a great lion. Wow, wow, that is beautiful. Reach for what you want, pile number 2. You deserve it. Reach for what you want, okay? Listen to your intuition. Just because, you know, you're grounding in your heels and roaring like a lion and bringing things into a fiery climax doesn't mean you still don't have your intuition. You absolutely do. Let's go ahead and see, how is the Jaguar medicine helping pile number 2 confront enemies? Let's see. Let's see for pile number 2, please. We have the Queen of Wands. Okay, I feel like you guys are like, I don't care, so there, right? Do you guys remember that song by the Donnas from back in the day? If not, look it up. I can also link it below in the video. But it's like, I don't care, so there, okay? And I feel like this Queen of Wands is saying, I don't care, so there. I also feel like with this peacock skirt that she's wearing, it's all about, you know, your vitality, your creativity, your moment to shine, your moment in the sun, okay? Oh, and as soon as I said that, here is the sun. Okay, wow. Illumination. Pile number 2, the more that you unleash your talents, the more that you go after what you want, the more that you allow the world to see you and allow yourself to just be yourself and not hide behind anything else, is it doesn't even you don't even really have to confront your haters. You just have to strongly engage in the process of being you, okay? Which burns everything else off. Do you know in astrology, when planets get too close to the sun, it's called being combust, and it completely burns up all the other planets around it, right? So the sun is very, very powerful, pile number 2. And so you don't have to worry about it, okay? You are protected. Here's the 2 of Wands. Yep, it's a Mars and Aries card, and it's called the Lord of Dominion, which means I have the power and the control over what I want, and I have dominion over my life, okay? And here she is sitting on the top of her house, wishing upon a star, holding the earth in her hands. Where will she go next? What will she do next? All right, I'm seeing the red hair here too, which is so cool. Some of you guys might be into art as well, or into abstract or obscure art, but just remember pile number 2, just remember, you're the one with the dominion. You're the one that has control over your life. And actually doing and moving and going and changing, these are the things that help you. I feel like you guys don't even have to, if any enemy tries to get close to you when you're in this state of pursuit, they're just gonna get burned up in your process. So too bad for them, okay? And that's really solar energy. I love that for you, pile number 2. Now, let's go ahead and see, how does pile number 2 obliterate barriers? How does pile number 2 spirit obliterate? Okay, 9 of Cups, do what you love, focus on what you're happy with. Do not wait any longer to reach for what you want. And people may come, people may go, but what you want and who you are is always you, pile number 2, okay? Focus on your happiness, creating the life that you want for yourself, being abundantly blessed, okay? Just being happy, okay? We have the Tower. Wow, 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 wow. So yeah, I mean, I feel here for you guys. Talk about obliterating. Wow. Okay, I'm getting a message here. Spirit is saying, we are teaching you now. We are teaching you now. Yeah, and they're saying something about praying or playing, but they're saying we are teaching you now, all right? About letting go. We are teaching you and I feel some of you guys, you may have gone through, you may feel okay, another thing with the Tower that I'm getting here is that Spirit is saying, if there is something that is not meant for you, we will shake the foundation of it and clear it from your path so that you can stay on a direct path to your own happiness. So don't cling to what was lost, okay? Don't cling to something that is broken. Don't cling to an old story or an old way of looking at yourself. Don't hold on to something just because it's safe, all right? I'm seeing, I feel like Spirit's giving you a pep talk right now. I'm seeing the word pep, okay? Or the name Anne, or a name that ends in N-E, or the letter P here too, for sure, okay? And I feel like Spirit is saying, they're also saying Griffin, which I don't know if you guys resonate with the Gryffindor, Harry Potter, or if you've just been studying griffins lately, or maybe you should look up griffins as a symbol for you. But Spirit is saying, we will don't hold on when we're actually trying to help you let go so that you can move into your happiness, okay? Don't cling to old structures that no longer serve you just because, you know, at one point you felt happy, okay? And Spirit says they will release you from anything that is blocking your happiness. Here's the Emperor. Yep. And there's the Queen of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So you're listening to your intuition. You're wishing upon a star. All right. All these things are going to help you find love as well. Pile number 2 for those of you that are looking. And just keep in mind, like, look at this Emperor here. And she has everyone else, like she's the puppet master and everyone else is playing on her board, okay? And there comes a time in your life, and this isn't to say like we're going to be abusive to people or we're going to like try to control people. No. And some of you guys may have been around people that were very abusive or controlling. This is just saying like you are the biggest player in your own life. There may be players that come and go. There may be players on the chessboard that move this direction or that direction, but you are the biggest present and the biggest player in your own life. And what you say goes. Pile number 2, okay? And I feel Spirit is trying to help you find your happiness and your sovereignty after a period of maybe holding on to something for too long that was hurting you or undermining you, okay? And the Jaguar Spirit coming through as the Emperor here to help you assert your divine destiny, okay? Pile number 2, I'm so happy for you, my loves. You're kicking ass and taking names, and I love it when readings like that happen because it's like such an affirmation of the person that you are, okay? Pile number 2, so leave me a comment, like, share, or subscribe if you found that reading helpful, and I do hope to see you again, my lovelies. Thank you, pile number 2, and take care. All right, let's move on to pile number 3. Pile number 3. Let's do it for my beautiful pile number 3s. Let's do it. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the Bloodstone Pyramid, my darlings, and today's reading is called Jaguar Medicine, Confront Enemies and Obliterate Barriers, okay? And I did a whole intro on Jaguar Spirit and how the Jaguar has been coming through to me lately, talking about spiritual strength and sovereignty and protection. But also the name Jaguar means to kill with one blow, or he or she that kills with one blow. So Jaguar Medicine, very powerful, and also Jaguar Medicine, not mincing words, like definitely saying what we think in the moments that are right to do that, okay? Pile number 3. So let's go ahead and get into it. If you want to hear more about what Jaguar Medicine is, you can listen to my intro. But let's go ahead and channel it in for pile number 3. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the beautiful energy of my pile number 3s. Clear my energy field. Make me a calm channel today for my pile number 3s. And let me help connect with pile number 3's ancestors who I feel are close today as well. And finally, let me connect to the medicine of the Jaguar Spirit for my beautiful pile number 3s. All right, let's do it, guys. Let's go ahead and see how Jaguar Spirit is helping you these days. Let's see. I say these days. Maybe they've been around you for a while. I didn't say that to any of the other piles. Maybe the big cat energy has been around you for a long time, like lions or tigers or jaguars, leopards, panthers, etc. We have clarity, planning, and releasing illusion, card number 5, okay? And, you know, her head looks like it's like an eagle. Wow, I was gonna say an owl, but her head is literally an eagle. Eagle vision, clarity, planning, and releasing anything that is fake. You know, the word illusion is really interesting, isn't it? It sounds like a nice dreamy word, but it's also fake. You know, I mean, illusions are fake, and maybe some of you guys have had experiences, difficult experiences before with betrayal or deception or people who are fake, okay? And, you know, you guys are really getting a 360-degree view right now on things, and you're really seeing what is real and what is fake, okay? And one thing I mentioned about the Jaguars is that deceit has no place to hide when it comes to Jaguar energy. Jaguars are apex predators. They're very patient. They also can go into water, unlike other cats do. They are, you know, good luck if you're dealing with a Jaguar, okay? Because they're gonna see the truth. And especially for those of you that also resonate with eagle as a totem for you, or like apex, you know, hunter birds as well, like the eagles or hawks. I mean, I feel like you guys are zeroing in on what is real and what is fake, okay? That's great. We have inner voice, and this is the high priestess in this deck. And yeah, sometimes with the high priestess energy, it represents the moon when it comes to like planetary energy. And so the moon can also talk about, like, you know, the high priestess energy can be maybe where we've over spiritualized something, given it more credit than it deserves, or we haven't been seeing something clearly, right? Because, you know, the high priestess also has to do with sitting in stillness and in a receptive state in order to access and balance our intuition, right? Which I feel you guys are very good at in pile number 3. And the dolphins are here, like basically to help calm you. But if there's anything like that you felt upset or anxious about, especially with heavy moon energy, okay, and seeing the truth about something. And I feel like you guys are going to become very like centered and aware in what you know, okay? And it's calming to you in a way. It's calming, okay? And we have, ooh, oh my God, you guys. Holy shit, pile number 3. Look at her. She is writing. Look at this card, pile number 3. This is a big cat, okay? And it looks to me, it's spotting, looks like it's a tiger. So maybe some of you resonate with tiger energy, but this is a big, powerful cat. The tigers are here, the jaguars are here, and the 6 of Wands is success, okay? And this is your moment, pile number 3. This is your moment. And yeah, this tiger is literally walking across the earth. It's huge, it's big, it's powerful. This energy, jaguar energy, the energy of big cats protecting you and helping you as you are accepting like everything that is due to you, all the accolades, all the attention, all the, you know, just a powerful sense of your, not even just attention or accolades. I mean, that comes with time, but also just your own inner sense of accomplishment. Like, I did this. This was me. I love that, pile number 3. And yeah, you know, like seeing the truth and seeing the clarity and releasing what's fake, to hear your inner voice and move faster on your path to success. Okay, so the 6 of Wands is lucky energy for sure. And it's also about, like, you know, direct on your path, and it's swifter movement, okay? It's like once you know the truth and you realize it in your own like intuition and spiritually, nothing can hold you back, pile number 3, okay? Yes, we have cardinal moon. Be bold and make the first move. So if you have some really good ideas about something, pile number 3, especially if it comes to creativity or art or work or things that you're trying to do in your life right now, or if you just for some of you who want to start over, or you want to make new friends, or you want to meet new people, and you want to feel really good about yourself and empowered, Spirit is saying be bold and make the first move. All right, that's like a big cat energy. That's like Jaguar Spirit saying, yeah, be bold and make the first move. Some of you may have a cardinal moon. Your moon may be in Cancer, Aries, Capricorn, or Libra as well. If you have that, if you have a cardinal moon in your chart. But there's always going to be big payoffs and dividends for you, pile number 3. When you like use your intuition, you have confidence, and you make the first move based off your own planning and your own realizations, okay? And sometimes like releasing fake things or releasing fake situations or fake people, etc., that can be very painful, challenging energy, but at the same time, it purifies you, the High Priestess, and it brings you faster to your success. 6 of Wands, okay? Number 16, I am perceptive. You have an inquisitive mind that allows you to uncover important truths. You have a special ability to read into other people's feelings. Yep, pile number 3. A wisdom seeker and your angels, you're a wisdom seeker, and your angels ask you to share your knowledge for the benefit of others. Share your knowledge for the benefit of others. You are a wisdom seeker, pile number 3. You are perceptive. Not only are you like, for those of you here who are watching this, who want to do some type of spiritual work or some type of spiritual healing work, or you're readers yourselves, or whatever it is that you do, you're a tarot reader yourself, like you are very perceptive. You're going to be very successful if you aren't already. Be bold and make the first move in what you're doing, okay? Don't be scared. You are going to succeed. Pile number 3, okay? And not only are you, because some people are very intuitive, but they're unwilling to put themselves out there, which I feel you're willing to put yourself out there, pile number 3, or you're getting to that place. Or with this clarity, they're very perceptive, right? High Priestess, but everything else in their life is a big old hurricane, or things are draining them or wearing them down because there's fakers, fronters, deceptive people around them, right? Or, you know, this type of energy, okay, pile number 3. So, but I feel you are cleansing anything like that in your life. You're very clear. Not only do you have a strong rational brain and you're very smart and you see things clearly, but your intuition is on point, and you are going to be willing to put yourself out there. Okay, this is a recipe for success, all right? I'm like turning the cards over. They're feeling real fresh right now, pile number 3. We have air, fly free. Okay, the bird energy for sure coming through. And it looks like we have a hawk here too. We have an eagle, we have a hawk, we have a tiger. I mean, the animal kingdom is with you for sure. We have the dolphins. The dolphins are like, don't forget about us, because the dolphins, of course, beautiful, intelligent, emotionally wise, seeing all things, okay? We have this air energy, and it's saying fly free, all right? You're very perceptive. You pick up on things very easily. It's like you're marked for success, pile number 3. Spirit has marked you for success. You have the right tools and equipment to do some really exciting, wonderful things. So don't, be free. If things have left your life recently and you've been releasing illusion and seeing things in a new way, let your mind be free, okay? We have peaceful among the thorns. Wow, pile number 3. Okay, damn. I mean, some of you may have had past lives as, okay, some are not believing in past lives, that's fine. But I just have to say, some of you may have had a past life as, like as a monk or as a healer or someone who had taken a vow of something, I feel here, pile number 3. And that's how, even though you see things and you know the truth, Even if things are less than desirable, the people around you, the situations around you, the turmoil that at times you may find yourself in. For some of you guys, you may feel like you have to move all the time, or things never really stay stable the way that you want them to. And again, there's not a lot of earth energy here, so I do feel something you can do is get that grounding experience for yourself, work on grounding yourself every day. But even if there is like total chaos and like broken things, and things are just out of control, or someone has really upset you or disappointed you, pile number 3, or you've experienced some deep pain in your life at times, you manage to find a way to be peaceful even in the middle of all of that. And I think it has to do with like clearing your mind and clearing yourself energetically, okay? And the Jaguars are here to do that. I mean, the Jaguars, they can be very peaceful too. They can sit all day. They're out in the day and the night, okay? They hunt at night and during the day. During the day, they just kind of, a lot of times they go into the jungle and just kind of chill. But, and a lot of them are kind of loners sometimes too, very hermit type of energy, but just sitting there enjoying the day, letting things unfold around them. And they're not really worried about anything because, who's going to fuck with a Jaguar, right? Who is going to do that? And the same with you, pile number 3, like you're sitting here riding a tiger. So that's walking all over the earth. So no matter what is happening around you or what circumstances are going on, you have the ability to be peaceful in the storm, okay? We have the Siren, my mermaids, wow, pile number 3. I'm gonna be reading this card to you towards the end here. We have the archetypes book here that I'll read you guys. The Siren, no one can resist, pile number 3. Like, be bold and make the first move. People are not going to be able to resist what you're doing. They're going to like what you're doing. If some of you are like, should I do this? Should I keep doing this? Should I put myself out there even more? Should I do more? The answer is definitely a yes, okay? And yeah, so let's see what else we have here. We have the Hunter. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, I mentioned like the hunter birds of prey as well. I actually mentioned the word hunter a few minutes ago. The Hunter. Yes, you are a hunter for truth. That is for sure. And you hunt the truth down like a detective, pile number 3. So don't doubt yourself. You are very perceptive. You see the truth. You are a wisdom seeker. You hunt down wisdom. And yeah, your knowledge really benefits others, okay? And can empower others. I see the horse here too, which is lovely. We'll read the Hunter. We have trust. Okay. So if some of you are feeling like I'm getting the vibe here that some of you may have things going on with your house, or you may consider moving, or something that is broken around you, or something feels broken around you, or actually is broken around you right now. I feel like Spirit is saying, trust. We are right here with you. And if you're at a point now where you need to just let go and trust what you're feeling and what you're seeing, and let it propel you forward on your path, okay? And yeah, and you're having to trust right now, pile number 3, but you are free, my loves. We have Capricorn and IUs, okay? So this is where this is like the only earth energy that I've seen here so far. And so there may be things with money or house or, objectives, meeting objectives here. It's so funny because he has this one kind of like patch over his eye here. Maybe some of you, your eye has been bothering you a little bit, or you've had some upset tummies, or you've just been worried about something, maybe worried about finances or money or a job, okay, here. But the Jaguars are saying, be peaceful, even amongst the thorns, pile number 3, okay? Your intuition is on point. If something is no longer in your life, like if a job lets you go or you have to leave where you're at, you are very free and you are the hunter and the siren, okay? No one can resist you. You just have to make the first move. We have Archangel Chamayel, take time to laugh. Okay, so things might have been very serious as well. With this energy, with this Capricorn energy, like really having to focus on things and buckle down for some of you here, I feel like. Maybe because of money or circumstances or little things that have come up. Not little things, but I mean, when I say little things, like the mundane things in life. I got to do this, I got to do that, right? Everything costs money and takes time to do, right? But Archangel Chamayel is saying, make sure you're taking time to laugh, okay? And trust that if something has been set free in your life recently, that's okay. It was meant to be set free. And you're supposed to keep going forward, boldly pursuing pile number 3. We have card 40 and soul time. The frequency of soul time asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge. Yep, for sure, a new reality is emerging for you, pile number 3. One that embraces the concept that while the corporal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. Okay, so some soul time medicine is needed for you right now, pile number 3. And yeah, and it's interesting because all of a sudden in your reading, I feel like a little bit of a headache and a little dehydrated. So maybe some of you have been dealing with bodily things as well. Just making sure that you're taking care of yourself and taking time to laugh and getting the soul time and probably the sleep time that you need too. Before we go on to the tarot, let's look at, because jaguars, they don't waste a lot of energy either. They can kill prey with one bite to the back of the skull, one, you know, and kill prey up to 3 times their size. So, you know, they don't need to like constantly be on the go. You know, they can chill. They can chill too, all right? So we have siren, right? So I'm telling you, like, boldly go in the direction you're meant to go. It's going to be good for you, pile number 3, but also take time to laugh and rest, okay? And I want to read this siren to you guys here. We have card 97, I think it is, or page 97. And I love this book. It is like really great. For those of you that are readers and want to know what I'm using, it's The Wild Unknown Archetypes by Kim Kranz, okay? So the siren, the temptress, the seducer, the femme fatale. Embodying the siren archetype requires that we explore things that are taboo. The siren laughs at convention constraints and she eats rules. Yeah, and this Capricorn energy, like people trying to control what direction you're going or tell you what to do. Fuck that, pile number 3. Take time to laugh, be a temptress, eat the rules, all right? The siren calls as the world spins. What we thought we wanted pales in comparison to the sweet allure of her song. We find ourselves lost in a spell of desire, longing, perhaps even lust. Whether the thing calling to us is ultimately good or bad is somewhat irrelevant. It is the journey that matters. And the work of the siren is to take that deep psychic descent. Following her song, we go down, down, down to a place where lessons are learned and courage must be rallied to find our way back to dry land. Yep, Capricorn, okay? Try as we might, resisting the call might not even be an option unless like Osirius, we bind our hands to the mast of our ship. It is likely though, yeah, look at the ship, look at this wheel in the background here. We're not gonna bind ourselves to any ship right now, pile number 3. That's not, yeah, we don't wanna do that. I feel you guys are meant to move and go right now. It's likely though that the falling for her call is the only way we will come to live more fully on the surface, okay? Yeah, living more fully on the surface, 6 of Wands. Other iterations of the siren archetype include the nymph, the mermaid, and the fairy. They often come in sets of 3 as a trinity of temptation. Wow. Wow, pile number 3. I also want to read you guys the hunter really quick here. You can see how quick they are. Then I will move on to, let's see, the hunter. Then I will move on to your tarot cards, okay? So page number 79, the hunter. The seeker, the pursuer, and the predator. Wow. Pile number 3, the Jaguar is definitely a predator. When you activate the hunter archetype, you are aligning your energy with the great creatures of the world, the lion, the wolf, the tiger, the shark. Do so with care. Yeah, for sure. I love that. That gave me chills. Study the Greek goddess Artemis. Notice her nuanced relationship to the moon and the earth. Yeah, I talked about the moon a ton earlier. The moon, the earth, and the feminine. The predator honors its prey with a precise and skillful hunt. Ooh, I love it. Pile number 3. The hunter deeply reveres the life it aims to take. Whoa, okay. You are free fallen in a good way right now, pile number 3, okay? And it's like, it's good, it's freeing, it's what your soul needs. You need to kind of air it out and trust that it's all gonna be okay, all right? The hunter hunts. They're on a precise mission with an aim. To return empty-handed would be to fail, which is not an option in the hunter's eye. This archetype will journey far and wide, seeking the prize that calls to its heart or stomach. I talked about the stomach earlier. Tales of bravery and feats of strength often result in creating a life full of adventure. The hunter is skillful, quick, decisive, and results-oriented. Like the great hunting goddess Artemis, who carries the quiver upon her back, the hunter typically has a weapon of choice. When this card appears, it is critical that you ask 3 questions. What am I hunting? Why am I hunting it? Is the weapon I hold so tightly in my grip needed for the task at hand? Okay, what am I hunting? Why am I hunting it? And is the weapon that I have in my hand what I need, right? The Capricorn question of, do I have everything I need here, okay? Yeah, wow, I love it, pile number 3. So let's go ahead. Let's look at the tarot next and see how is the, ooh, there's a card, a 10 of coins, 10 of pentacles. Okay, pile number 3, like definitely helping you to pursue stability, financial stability, wealth, and also just what feels good to your soul, right? And what makes you feel like inspired and grateful? What makes you feel grounded and appreciated? What makes you feel safe and, you know, centered in your everyday reality, okay? And the 10 of coins is the Lord of wealth, you know, so it's not really messing around from that regard. Talking about how, you know, you being really bold and putting it all out there is really, and your hard work, all of this is, you have the right ingredients here, pile number 3. We're just making this soup right now, okay? So let's see, how can Jaguar medicine help pile number 3 confront their enemies? Confront their enemies for pile number 3, please. Ooh, we have the 4 of coins. So if this is easy, right? I feel like you guys can identify pretty easily in your life who is holding back from you, not giving you what you need, is financially holding out on you, or is just, you know, being very like selfish, being very like, you know, underhanded, being very miserly with you. Okay, if there is someone like that in your life, I think you know it. And also what Spirit is saying, for those of you that are trying to move or go or leave a situation and you're dealing with a landlord, or you're dealing with, you know, a partner, or you're dealing with a job, right? There is something here about like saving your money and being a little bit secretive about it and not telling people what you're up to, okay? And that's okay, because I feel like you guys, I mean, and I think you guys know who's been faking and fronting on you. Like if someone hasn't been appreciating you, has been very tight-fisted with you, or has been directly withholding from you whenever it feels good for them, you know, like just, but still trying to wrap you in, like trying to sell you on something, all right? That could be like the 10 of Pentacles reverse, like trying to sell you on something, okay? I feel like you guys are realizing these kinds of people in your life, pile number 3, okay? And you are gonna like shore up whatever resources you need in order to push out of that and be bold and make the first move. Yeah, we have 8 of Wands talking about swiftness and being bold and making the first move. And I love it here because we have the Centaur. This is Mercury and Sagittarius card. We have the Centaur here pulling back on the arrow, and the Centaur is actually firing the arrow at this 4 of Pentacles. So Mercury in Sagittarius is an energy of just saying whatever needs to be said, let the chips fall where they may, and, you know, being pretty blunt about it too, and delivering the message in a very quick, clear, and concise manner. All right, so there may be like somebody in your life that you actually just need to tell them, look, this shit isn't gonna fly anymore, okay? And be really blunt and upfront, especially if people are being shady with you, especially if there are fakers and fronters and deceivers around you. Just being very straight up and blunt about how you feel or see that, pile number 3, all right? We have the Fool here. I feel like some of you guys are like, really, Natalie? And what, you know, would that like cause a backlash against me? Maybe some of you are wondering that, okay? But here's this air energy of flying free. And, you know, the Fool is actually elemental air. It's the spirit of the element air. So there is something here about it's time to say what needs to be said. It's time to be free. It's time to let it rip. All right, pile number 3, like, you know, the time has come for sure. And you may feel like you're free falling for a while, or you may feel like you're hanging on, you know, to thin air or hanging on for dear life. But Spirit is the Jaguar energy here is saying time to say bye, bye, bye. Okay, I'm seeing the initials B and I here too. Like it's time to say bye, bye, bye. Like to something or someone that has been very withholding or greedy with you. We have the World, yeah. So again, that, and here it is, right? Here it is, the Fool standing on an hourglass, and then, you know, the figure here in the World card standing on top of the hourglass, all right? Except a lot more stable and talking about your journey from like living wild and free and just going for it and trusting the fact that you're gonna land on, you're gonna stick the landing, pile number 3, and you're gonna land in a place that feels very successful, exciting, and good to you, okay? And this lifetime, you're doing a lot of, like, I feel like if you guys just say certain things and do certain things, you can make things happen pretty quickly. It's just when things are getting withheld and not being said and not being done is when that energy may grate or feel like it's holding you back, okay? Because you do have the power to like lift yourself up out of any circumstance and be successful, all right? And some of you guys here too, you may have Scorpio in your chart because I am seeing the Scorpion here as well, or you may resonate with that energy. But I definitely feel like you guys are sticking the landing and you've got so much time, okay? Like you have time to accomplish what you want to do. You definitely have time, but I'll tell you one thing that's running out is maybe your patience with some fool who keeps, you know, who keeps muddying the waters for you, pile number 3, and you will be okay with or without this person. Spirit wants you to know, pile number 3, you're sticking the landing, okay, with this World card. And you're going to surprise some people. People may be like, oh, I can't believe pile number 3 did XYZ. What were they thinking? Oh, no, you know exactly what you're doing, pile number 3. Don't hold back, okay? Now, let's go ahead and see. How does pile number 3 obliterate barriers? We have the Moon. Yep. I was talking about the Moon earlier. We talked about the goddess Artemis, who represents the Moon, and the Huntress. And I mean, at the same time, this beautiful, she looks very beautiful. She's like bathing under the moon, right? And maybe thinking about feminine power, even for men who are watching this, thinking about like your feminine side or your feminine power as something to embrace, and something that makes you a huntress, something that makes you, like, even in times of uncertainty, even when the path isn't totally clear, even when, you know, people may be like, oh, what is pile number 3 doing? You know what you're doing, pile number 3. You're following, even though your path may be different than other people's, it's, you know, it's your path, and you are very powerful in this energy of Artemis or the goddess Diana, okay? You are the huntress under the silver light of the moon, okay? And yeah, Spirit is saying here, like, don't deny that aspect of yourself. It's a very powerful part of who you are. And some of you may be kind of really ruled by the cycles of the moon as well. And Spirit is just saying, pay attention to those cycles of the moon as well, to know when it's the right time to act for you, okay? We have the 5 of Cups. Yeah, so it's like, oh, I don't know if I can say that. I don't know if I should do that. I don't know if I should, like, I don't know if I should put myself out there like that. I don't know if I should, like, you know, I'm not sure if I should, like, I feel sometimes maybe pile number 3, maybe you were told like you were emotionally too much, or that you were too emotional, or that you know, because you're coming across as more lunar to me, pile number 3. Like, just because you're not solar, maybe, like, everyone in this society is like solar, 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 everything, right? But I also feel like maybe you can be moody at times. Maybe you can be pissed off and sad at times. Hey, it's okay. Like, don't avoid those emotions within yourself either. Just let them come out, pile number 3. We have the Lovers. Wow. Okay. And some of you may be in confusion about a situation with a partnership in your life, or a decision that you need to make, or even with a partner, okay? And wondering, like, should I go back? And your feelings kind of get drawn in and things like that, okay? And I think what Spirit here is telling you is that, you know, you deserve something way better than somebody that is gonna make you feel like lost, alone, abandoned, like constantly sad, okay? And for you to be with someone like that, pile number 3, whether it's a friendship, a family member, a work situation, a boss, or a romantic partner, like, it really, like, I feel like that really diminishes how you see yourself, okay, at times. And I want you to see yourself as a huntress, okay? I want you to see yourself as a huntress. You hunt the truth, you trust the truth of your emotions, and you make very smart decision based on what is best for you, okay, pile number 3. So I almost feel like this is believing in yourself and the power that you contain within yourself, okay? How does pile number 3 obliterate barriers, please? We have the King of Wands, okay. And the Tower is on the bottom of the deck with the Sun, okay, and Death for sure. So we could have Scorpio, Leo energy here, but I mean, death, like when something ends, it feels horrible, obviously, but this, look at the Sun is coming out. Look at the command and the control that you have over your path, pile number 3. You really do. And I want you guys to imagine yourself as the King of Wands, okay? Like, no one else is going to, for those of you that had fathers that were very dominating, or you had partners that were very dominating, or people that made you feel like you were lost without them, or you couldn't handle life without them, or you needed them, or you assigned this role to someone else. I really want you guys to see yourselves as the King of Wands, okay? See yourself as passionate, determined, directed, spiritual, rising, you know, rising on purpose. For those of you that are business owners and, you know, and wanting to be sole proprietors or be business owners someday, like, you have what it takes to be a leader, and you are going to find helpful people around you as well, okay? And if there's been a situation that you've been very sad or worried about, especially when it comes to your love life or when it comes to a particular person, Spirit is saying here, go bathe under the light of the moon. And if you need to cry, cry it out, mourn it, release it, because better is coming for you, okay? And also an opportunity, I feel, pile number 3, to see yourself in this very powerful, strong role, okay? And yeah, if the Jaguar could show up as a human being, which a lot of shamans show up, I think the Jaguar actually does show up in human beings a lot. And there's lots of stories about that in shamans. I mean, the King of Wands is also a shaman and walks with the Jaguars and, you know, walks with the truth of fire and the dragon spirit and, you know, understands primal fire energy, okay? Understands primal creativity, primal fire, and knows what they're here to do in this lifetime, okay? Regardless of where others are meeting them or not, if others are willing to meet them halfway or not, like, you know, it doesn't really matter because the King of Wands can stand their own ground. And yeah, what I'm really seeing here is this lunar influence along with this fire and water, okay? Your power as a hunter or a huntress, and also your power to be very confident and self-assured about where you're headed in life, okay? And finding helpful people to do that. And I would also say here with this 5 of Cups, not continuing to, I mean, you have to mourn the past, let it go and all of that, but not continuing to sit in it time and time and time again, okay? So thank you so much, pile number 3. I hope that that reading was helpful for you. I hope that it resonated for you. And do leave me a comment, like, share, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And blessings to the Jaguar spirit here today for being with us. Thank you so much, everyone, and blessings on your path. Take care.